belief is nearly the whole of the universe, whether based on truth or not. Kurt Vonnegut is not an easy man to introduce, so maybe it's just right to start with the basics. He was an American author who lived from 1922 to 2007, endured the Great Depression, family tragedy, and survived being taken prisoner in World War II. He is most well known for his book Slaughterhouse-Five, a story that asks the question, how does someone look at the world? How does anyone cope after being cast through such darkness? What had made me move through so many dead and pointless years was curiosity. I wanted to stay as close to the edge as I can, without going over. Out on the edge, you see all kinds of things you can't see from the center. You learn about life by accidents you have over and over again. Our awareness is all that is alive and may be sacred in any of us. We need sacred things. I sometimes wondered what the use of any of the arts was. The best thing I could come up with was what I call the canary in the coal mine theory of the arts. This theory says that artists are useful to society because they are so sensitive. They are super sensitive. They keel over like canaries in poison coal mines, long before more robust types realize that there is any danger whatsoever. If you are going to be a writer, you must be paranoid. The thing is, in the arts, if you don't overreact, you fall asleep. If you can do no good, at least do no harm. Vonnegut was witness to the fire bombings of Dresden, only surviving by hiding in the basement of a slaughterhouse he was being forced to work at as a prisoner of war. He wrote about this experience in Slaughterhouse-Five through a fictional character named Billy Pilgrim, who becomes unstuck in time and experiences contact with otherworldly beings, a poetic way of communicating the disconnect that can happen after experiencing the horror of war. Everything was beautiful, and nothing hurt. Where is evil? It's that large part of every man that wants to hate without limit, that wants to hate with God on its side. It's the part of every man that finds all kinds of ugliness so attractive. All moments, past, present, and future, always have existed, always will exist. Time is liquid. One moment is no more important than any other, and all moments quickly run away. Beware of the man who works hard to learn something, learns it, and finds himself no wiser than before. Give me knowledge, or give me death. There are plenty of good reasons for fighting, I said, but no good reason ever to hate without reservation, to imagine that God Almighty himself hates with you too. The excrement has hit the air conditioning big time. Ideas, or the lack of them, can cause disease. We are healthy only to the extent that our ideas are humane. The new heroism: put a village idiot into a pressure cooker, seal it up tight, and shoot him to the moon. Another flaw in the human character is that everybody wants to build, and nobody wants to do maintenance. The insane, on occasion, are not without their charms. So it goes. The message Vonnegut's life's work seems to say was that the darkness of life can leave many scars, very deep ones, and there's no point in denying it. It's not okay, and it hurts. But if you examine your scars honestly and honor them with acceptance, care, and genuine humor, there's a pathway to keep going, to live a life of goodwill. And when you do, there will be moments of unexpected light. Jokes can be noble. Laughs are exactly as honorable as tears. I myself prefer to laugh, since there is less cleaning up to do afterward. And since I can start thinking and striving again that much sooner. I urge you to please notice when you are happy, and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. We are here on Earth to fart around, and don't let anybody ever tell you any different. What the computer people don't realize, or they don't care, is we are dancing animals. You know, we love to move around. A purpose of human life, no matter who is controlling it, is to love whoever is around to be loved. What else is sacred? A Romeo and Juliet, for instance. And all music is. The only proof we ever needed of the existence of God was music. It can make quite a difference, not just to you, but to humanity. The sort of boss you choose, whose dreams you help come true. Kurt Vonnegut chose to be his own boss, leaving a stable job to become an independent writer after having written only one novel, with very little commercial success. To have guts to do that, and with a wife and family, shows a level of foundational belief in his purpose. We are what we pretend to be, so we must be careful about what we pretend to be. Keep it simple. Sound like yourself. Say what you mean to say. The arts are not a way to make a living. They are a very human way of making life more bearable. Practicing an art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Sing in the shower, dance to the radio, tell stories, write a poem to a friend, even a lousy poem. Do it as well as you possibly can. You will get an enormous reward. You will have created something. Despite facing the horrors of history and the crisis of his early life, Vonnegut maintained a belief in humanity, in the idea that even if war, pain, misery will be with us forever, it doesn't mean we shouldn't strive, shouldn't hold our beings against that tide. He was named the honorary president of the American Humanist Association in May of 1992 and would speak and lecture about his worldview on radical pacifism, hope for humanity, and on finding joy and holding on to it. We are right now determining whether the space voyage for the next billion years or so is going to be heaven or hell. Pretend to be good always, and even God will be fooled. Democracy owed its life to know-how. The America I love still exists at the front desks of our public libraries. No matter how corrupt our government and our corporations and Wall Street and the news media may yet become, the music will still be perfectly wonderful. Make love when you can. It's good for you. What should young people do with their lives today? Many things, obviously, but the most daring thing is to create stable communities in which the terrible disease of loneliness can be cured. There is no reason why good cannot triumph as often as evil. The triumph of anything is a matter of organization. If there are such things as angels, I hope they are organized along the lines of the mafia. And I believe that reading and writing are the most nourishing forms of meditation anyone has so far found. By reading the writings of the most interesting minds in history, we meditate with our own minds and theirs as well. This to me is a miracle. When you get to be my age, you start asking your kids what life is all about. And I asked my son Mark, and he gave what I think is a very good answer. We are here to help each other get through this thing, whatever it is. So I tell you that. I am a humanist, which means in part that I've tried to behave decently without any expectation of rewards or punishments after I'm dead. I wish one and all long and happy lives, no matter what may become of them afterwards. Kurt Vonnegut is a hard man to summarize. Maybe it's right to just end with a quote. Hello, babies. Welcome to Earth. It is hot in the summer and cold in the winter. It is round and wet and crowded. At the outside, babies, you've got about 100 years here. There's only one rule that I know of, babies. God damn it, you've got to be kind.